The rain hadn't stopped all morning, tapping nervously against the windows of Rosie's Diner, a small corner restaurant on the edge of downtown Atlanta. Inside, the scent of burnt toast and brewed coffee mingled in the air as the morning crowd thinned. It was a quiet Tuesday, until the door flew open. In walked a man with a coat that probably cost more than the entire diner's monthly rent. His watch sparkled under the neon "Open" sign, and his leather shoes didn't have a single drop of rain on them. He was the kind of man who didn't wait for tables, he expected them. And that morning, he wasn't in the mood to be patient. "Excuse me," he barked at the nearest waitress, a young woman with tired eyes and a name tag that read Elena. "I've been sitting for 5 minutes." 5. Why has no one taken my order yet? She blinked, startled, holding a coffee pot mid-pour at another table. "I'm so sorry, sir. I'll be right with you, just finishing up here." "That's not good enough," he snapped. "This is basic service. Do I look like someone who waits?" The diner grew still. Forks paused mid-air, and the only sound was the humming refrigerator behind the counter. Elena nodded slowly, walked over to his booth, and set down a menu. "I understand, sir," she said softly. "I'll take your order now." He rattled off a list of demands like he was dictating to an assistant. "No onions. Eggs over medium, not over easy. Toast golden, not brown. Coffee hot, really hot." And he ended with, "And try not to mess it up. It's not rocket science." Elena scribbled, nodded again, and walked to the kitchen, her hands shaking. People whispered. Some rolled their eyes. One man muttered, "Who raised this guy?" 15 minutes passed. The millionaire's food arrived, exactly as ordered. Elena placed the plate gently before him, but he didn't even look up. Just waved her off with a grunt. He took a bite, then suddenly slammed his fork down. "This is lukewarm," he said, raising his voice. "I specifically said hot. This is unacceptable." That was when Elena finally looked at him. Really looked. And then, with her voice steady but filled with something unshakable, she said one thing. "Sir, I lost my mom 2 weeks ago. She died alone in the ICU because I couldn't afford to take off work. I'm saving every dollar I can for my brother's tuition so he doesn't end up on the streets. I'm tired. I'm grieving. But I'm still here. Still smiling. Still bringing people food who don't even say thank you. And I made sure your breakfast was perfect, because people like me don't get to be anything less than perfect. So I'm sorry if your coffee isn't hot enough, but right now, it's the best I can give. And that has to be enough." The diner went silent. The clatter of silverware stopped. Even the humming fridge seemed to fade. And the millionaire, this man so used to commanding rooms and boardrooms, sat frozen. For the first time, he saw her. Not just a waitress, but a person. A sister. A daughter. A woman carrying more weight than most people could bear, and still showing up, still choosing grace. His jaw clenched. He cleared his throat, but no words came. Instead, he slowly reached into his jacket and pulled out his wallet. He dropped several $100 bills on the table, far more than the meal cost. And then, quietly, he stood. "I'm sorry," he whispered. Elena said nothing. Just nodded. He left, his expensive shoes tapping against the floor, quieter now. Humbled. As the door swung shut behind him, the diner erupted. A man near the counter stood and clapped. A woman near the window wiped a tear and said, "You're incredible, sweetheart." Someone else covered her next few tables so she could take a break. That morning, Elena's story reached more than just one heart. It reminded everyone in that room, and everyone who would later hear about it, that we all carry burdens others can't see. That kindness isn't just about manners, it's about humanity. That no job is small, and no person deserves to be unseen. And that sometimes, it takes a quiet voice to silence the loudest rooms.